What's going on, everybody? It's Azazel, and I got some Hardline for you today on block using the MPX and the 357. I love those revolvers. You guys already know that. Now let me share something with you. I know a lot of you watched my video last week on the lady with the bad spray tan who was at my uncle's funeral. And I wanted to kind of do not so much a follow-up, but it's an extension of that because of the situation. Alright, there was a guy who made some comments on the video saying that because of what I was doing, joking on that friend, I was being disrespectful and offensive to everyone else there who's mourning my uncle. And I took great offense to that, and a little irony there that we both took offense to it, that he thought that he had a right to an opinion about how I deal with stress and mourning of a loved one of my family. Like he has a right to tell me how I can mourn or whether or not I can make jokes on my friend, all right, or a friend of the family in this case. Like who the fuck, like it's just, who the fuck do you think you are? That's exactly what needs to be asked here. If you think that you have the right to step forward and say to a person, you are mourning your loved one wrong. Wow, just ridiculous. Take that little moment of silence there and just think about that for a moment. You're telling a person what they can or cannot do in the wake of death involving their family. Not once did he say, I'm sorry for your loss. Not once did he say, oh, that's funny. Or even if he could have just voiced it as like, hey, that's not something I would have done. But, I understand everybody's a little different. Because I've said things like that, and I would have accepted that. I would have accepted that as an intelligent comment. But that's not what he did. He thought that he could say whatever the fuck and he kept on for like 50 comments, and people jumped his ass. My cousin's husband watched the video and saw the comments and jumped in on it, alright? My cousin, whose father, that's the funeral we were at, was her father. So he is pretty close to all this, right? So, I mean, I think if he's saying, hey, you're in the wrong here, sir, then you need to listen to him, okay? You do not, and this is life advice for anyone out there who thinks that they can do this. You do not, under any circumstances, walk into someone else's life and tell them how to live it. Right? You can offer life advice to people like I've just done. You can say, hey man, here, you sound like you need some advice, or you've asked for advice, but I wasn't asking for advice. I was making some jokes. I was trying to think about my uncle and not be upset about it. All right? Because I don't want to be upset. Who wants to be sad? Who wants to mourn? Nobody wants to do it. We do it. And we all deal with it in our own way. So I do feel very much so that guy is a garbage human being, because you don't tell people what they can or cannot do when it comes to mourning their families. You leave them alone to mourn their family in their own way. If it's not how you would do it, then just shut the fuck up and move on, and you can go shit talk me behind your back for all I care. I don't give a fuck. But keep your opinion to yourself, because in this situation, you by no means have any right to it. No right to that opinion. Alright? You may, by law, have a right to have an opinion, but you don't have a right to have an opinion about my family and who I mourn and how I mourn and who or what I joke on and where. And if you think you do, you may politely go fuck yourself. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoy this Hardline. You guys take it easy. Bye.